Is the MMA fan community the most toxic fan community in sports? The answer is more surprising than you think.
It's Tony time, bitches!
Welcome to Tony's MMA Corner, the only MMA channel that reads all the comments. For now, I am your host, Tony Sepulveda! And today, we answer the most important question in MMA right now. Is the MMA fan base the most toxic fan base in sports? Recently, Jon Anik has been cyberbullied. Cyberbullies are people who have adolescent minds and are half robot. Wait, that's not what cyberbullying is? There's no one talking. Cyberbullying is when you roast somebody in the YouTube comment sections to get LOLs from your friends for that dopamine hit. And that dopamine hit feels so good. Jon Anik has shed light on the MMA fan community when he threatened to quit being a commentator for the UFC because his fees were hurt by the so-called toxic MMA community fan base. And today, I scoured the deepest, darkest recesses of YouTube comment sections to answer the age-old question: is the MMA fan base the most toxic fan base in all sports? So the way this is going to work is I'm going to read a comment about Jon Anik and his recent rant against the MMA community, and I'm going to decide whether it's toxic or just entertaining. And you guys can let me know in the comments what you think as well. Let's get started. So, the first comment, I won't give the name. If Jon Anik left, who else would tell us who owes child support in the middle of a match? I would say entertaining. Not toxic. Definitely not toxic. Accurate. Not toxic. Send Anik to Slap League. Benign. Neither entertaining or toxic. Kind of lukewarm. If Jon Anik leaves, who will teach Dom Cruz how the scoring criteria works live on air during a fight? I would say more accurate and entertaining than toxic. His Adderall addiction is causing him to get low T. That one, entertaining and toxic. You can be both, apparently. If Anik was the only commentator, I'd prefer silence. Entertaining. I like that one. If Jon Anik leaves, who will we find to get paid 6 figures to describe what we can see with our own eyes? Entertaining, not toxic. Jon Anik is going through a custody battle. That one's pretty good. So far, nothing really that toxic. Up until a week ago, I honestly had no idea Jon Anik was straight. That one pretty entertaining and toxic. Imagine quitting a dream job because the biggest issue you have with it is a problem that can be solved by putting your phone down. Accurate, not toxic. Bring in Mauro Ranallo. Now that's something I can get behind. He's the GOAT. If Anik leaves the UFC, Mike Goldberg will find out the news and say under his breath, "It is all over." Pretty entertaining, not toxic. Jon Anik, an ally of the community. Not the MMA community, though. That one has layers. Entertaining and toxic. Alright, that's enough. If I keep going down that rabbit hole, I may never come out. Here's my take. Is the UFC fan base toxic? Here's the thing, you guys. Whenever you have a bunch of people that take a sporting event way too seriously, you're gonna have people say some emotional, borderline, toxic, offensive things. You don't have to listen to them. One of those comments nailed it. Literally, why are you reading the comments? Unless you are the person that can read a comment and take it with a grain of salt, stay out of the comments, John. It's not for you. And let's face it, John Anik is a professional at what he does. But there are many professionals in that space. If John were to leave, they'd find another one. And after a few pay-per-views, no one would even know he was gone. So my advice would be, enjoy the ride while you're there, John. And if you want to get off whenever you'd like. Pause. And understand that you are replaceable. We all are. So act accordingly. And I'll see you guys next time on Tony's MMA Corner. Get off whenever you'd like.